Bishops were financially well off. Nature Boy would later recall being denied the simplest things while living in their household.
They started using water. I had to wash my clothes by hand. They wouldn't let me have lights in my room. Like there was no light in my room. It was just a regular dark.
Soon after being adopted by the Bishops, Nature Boy and Leo were both diagnosed with behavioral disorders. They were both put on medication.
She took us out of regular school and put us in special ed. She put us on Ritalin so we could get as an object for us. She used us as a hustle. She didn't adopt us because she was adopted. She adopted us because she
People were working for hours upon hours in Mrs. Bishop's garden, had endless chores outside the house.
They was slaves in her garden. She was letting me play.
Bishops owned the church, so attending service every Sunday, having Bible study on a regular basis was mandatory. As time passed, the bishops began using corporal punishment as a form of discipline. Getting spanked with a belt was to be expected if they broke the rules. While Leo understood spankings to be a form of discipline, Nature Boy thought the complete opposite. He looked at it as pure abuse.
I was abused by the bishops. They abused me.
After a few years of living with the Bishops, Nature Boy started running away from home as a form of rebellion. Soon he began getting arrested for breaking into cars and houses with friends from his neighborhood.
I got locked up for robbery, burglary, breaking the entry. Nigga, I got locked up for everything. Nigga, I don't know what I was locked up for. I was so young, I was committing so many crimes.
At the age of 14, Nature Boy was ultimately sentenced as a juvenile to serve 5 years incarceration.
They told me I had 5 years, but to me, that seemed like a lifetime.
He would first be sent here to Jamesburg Detention Center, where he would stay until just after his 16th birthday. He then was sent to another facility where he would stay for another 2 years.
I just wanted to die. Try to slice my wrist, try to kill myself, like everything. I remember hanging myself. I hung myself in my cell.
After multiple threats and attempts to commit suicide, they transferred him to a mental institution.
I was in that bitch for 6 months. Every 2 months, I had to go to court. I went to court 3 times, and the judge kept saying, "Look, if he ain't on no medication, then we can't keep him here."
It was around this time that Nature Boy would ultimately track down his sister Nisha.
I got a call, and he was like, "It's her, it's her, it's my sister, it's my sister."
For you, all my life, I was looking for you. And he did.
He was also able to get in contact with his older sister Tanya.
Like, yo, yeah. Yeah,
Through Tanya, he was able to find out his older brother Demetrius, also known as Bam, was currently serving time in a New York State prison. In 2001, soon after his 19th birthday, Nature Boy was released and ended up moving back in with the Bishops. But after an argument, they kicked him out.
They didn't give a fuck about me. I was
Nature Boy would bounce from house to house, living with friends in Willingboro, until moving to Philly in late 2001. He lived with a friend on this block, 27th and Tasker in South Philly, and worked as a security guard for a few months, until he decided to join the Army. According to Nature Boy, he was honorably discharged once they found out he had a history of mental illness.
I was because I didn't have to go to war, because they were sending niggas straight from the duty station right to Iraq.
My fellow citizens, at this hour, American and coalition forces are in the early stages of military operations to disarm Iraq, to free its people, and to defend the world from grave danger.
After narrowly avoiding going to war in Iraq, Nature Boy would move back to Philly with his friend, before enrolling in Job Corps in Maryland. During his time in Job Corps, his friend in Philly was found murdered in his house.
Somebody killed him in the tub. And I used to live in the same house. Somebody ran up in this shit, killed me.
Philadelphia police are investigating a homicide.
Police returned to the scene today searching for evidence. So far, no suspect information or any arrests.
Nature Boy would leave Job Corps soon after the death of his friend. He linked up with his brother Leo, and the two of them will ultimately travel to New York to live with their sister Nisha.
He got Leo in my house. Was living from
Nature Boy and Leo would live with Nisha for a few months until an argument resulted in them leaving her house.
One day I came from work and Lee came in and told Leo, "Get your shit, we out of here."
You can see what I'm doing.
Her older sister Tanya. Nature Boy quickly landed a job at this slaughterhouse, where he worked 12-hour shifts, 6 days a week. Over the course of time, Nature Boy and Tanya began to clash,
Thank you.
and after a physical altercation, Tanya kicked him out.
They had a disagreement, but he punched Tanya in the face. Then that's how they kind of fell out.
Leo stayed living with Tanya as Nature Boy found himself homeless. He lived on the streets of Augusta for a few weeks until he got in touch with an old friend from Philly. He learned his friend had recently moved to Atlanta, and the friend urged him to come stay with him. Nature Boy took his friend up on the offer and headed to Atlanta. He got a job as a barber and navigated through Atlanta by meeting different women and using them for their cars